Suman, what I was telling pre-war, 2 months back, you're looking to buy a single row unit for 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.2 million, and today you are buying a 5 bedroom in 3.3
In the
million.
same price, yeah.
And so it added value. Customers who were looking for a 4 bedroom buying a 5 bedroom now. Transactions have increased. There is not even a single day for past 2 weeks that I have gone home without a check.
Yeah, same. I would say the same. People who I was in touch with before the war, they were ready to buy 3 million, 3.1 million. When the prices went down, we were able to make a lot of good number of transactions. Hi guys, this is Mohammed Suman Imtiaz from Throne Properties, and in today's episode we have Mr. Sarmad Nasir Lodi, who is our Director of Sales, and he specializes in Damac Lagoons and Damac Properties. He has done like hundreds of transactions. So first, let's discuss with Sarmad why Damac Properties. Yes, Sarmad.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for having me today. And luckily, today is the day when, I consider you as a specialist at the Mac and me as a specialist at the Mac. And today we both are over here to discuss about the Mac property. So as you begin, why the Mac properties? There are several reasons. Like for me, the first thing would be keeping my clients in mind is the affordability. Today, if you want to buy a 3 bedroom townhouse, lowest in the market in a freehold community, you are only going to get it through the Damac Properties and Damac Hills 2 for 1.3 million. If you are looking for a bigger plot, a plot area of close to 1900 square feet, the lowest price you are going to get again in the Damac Hills 2. So the Damac Hills 2 is obviously 40 kilometers away from the center. But if we talk about that within city, we need a 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, or a 5 bedroom townhouse. Where to find it? You again find through the Damac Properties. So this is the affordability section that I would be highlighting. Contrary to if we talk about Miras, Nakhil, Imar, Aldar, Bengati, Shoba Reality. So once you will do the price per square foot, you will find the Damac Properties as the most affordable one in terms of the per square foot value, in terms of the total property value. So this is the one of the key reason I love to work with the Damac because it's fall in the affordability section. The second thing what I feel like is the amenities and the facilities that the Damac Properties offer you, you won't find it in any other developer. If we talk about the Damac Properties and the Damac Hills 2, they are having, I guess, more than 90 amenities. Same way, it's close to 40 amenities in the Damac Hills. So this is what we have seen in terms of a community building, that the number of amenities that the Damac has, and they are spectacular, and they are doing really, very good on it. Thirdly, since the Amira Sajwani has taken over and she has been leading the Damac Properties, what I feel is that the construction quality of the Damac Properties is almost the same as of MR. Definitely in the affordable section, if we talk about. So there are no complaints that we have listened so far in the Damac Hills and the Damac Lagoons. The Damac Hills 2 is something different, because they used to sell these townhouses for 700,000, in which they were giving a land, they were giving a 3 bedroom structured area to you. So the story is different when we talk about the Damac Hills and the Damac Lagoons. There have been no complaints so far. Fourthly, the NOC resale clause. Usually when you are investing in MR, then you get a NOC resale at 50%. The Damac Properties offer you a NOC resale at 40%.
Yes,
true. So that's also a 10% different when it comes to the investment that you are doing with the Damac Properties. And on top of it, to be very honest, I love the team of the Damac Properties. There are guys that are in the market for past 12, 15 years, and they have been very cooperative. So the payment plan adaptability when it comes to the Mac comparing with the MR is very good. In these conditions where the obviously I won't say that the sale transactions have dropped, but the sales volume, the higher transaction, the bigger ticket size is not running the same way, but the median ticket of 2.53 million is running so fast. So if you will compare that median ticket, the payment plan that the Mac Properties is offering you today is 50/50. And whereas if you go to Imar, Nakhil, Miras, it is still 80/20, 90/10. So that's also one of the reasons. So there are number of things we can talk about in total why the Mac Properties. So I have highlighted a few.
Yeah, I think you're actually true on that, especially on the affordability point, because there are a lot of people in Dubai who have been living in apartments. They have a dream to, to live in a townhouse, to have their backyard, especially if you talk about a family of three or four people. So even if they cannot afford to buy, they can easily, they can go to the Mac Hills too. They can easily rent it at like 80,000, a three-bedroom townhouse, and they can have the feel of the community. They like in the Mac Hills too, even if it's a bit far, but still you have everything inside the community. You have the community center, you have a lot of good amenities, you have the Malibu beach, and especially if you're paying only like 80,000 yearly for a three-bedroom townhouse, I think that's very, very much affordable as compared to the current market. So
You're right, Anand.
yeah, so uh, if we talk about in the Mac property right now, which community you consider the best for investment?
So like see, there are two things. Like see, real estate for me has always been a long-term investment. I don't believe in a short-term real estate investment over here in Dubai that you buy today and you are supposed to sell within 6 months. No. So like I do the structuring in the form of that what would be the expected returns minimal in next 2 years. So this is the thought process I usually have. Like see, if you are someone who is relocating to Dubai and is looking for passive incomes, then obviously it's going to be the Mac Lagoons because you get a good rental ROIs over there. And if it's for capital appreciation in particular, and you are ready to wait for next 4 years, 3 years, and you want to ripe the entire juice out of a community, then it's going to be Riverside. This is my personal thought process in the way that I am investing myself. So talking about the Mac Lagoons, it's a ready community, and we know that mortgage buyers are jumping in, and the Mac has done a spectacular job when it comes to the handovers. There are a lot of clusters that are being handed over, and the prices, especially after this war, has been very affordable, right? So if you are looking to rent, if you are looking for a passive income, or if you are looking to have an early exit, then definitely it's going to be Lagoons.
Okay, so you're saying that in terms of pricing, Lagoons is the best. So I just wanted to know, like, why do you think Lagoons best? Is it because of the surrounding communities, like what they're offering? Can you just elaborate
So
on that?
like, see, today if you want to buy a four-bedroom in the Mat Lagoons, even if it's handed over, like clusters like Malta, there are 11 clusters in the Mat Lagoons. Among that 11 clusters, four clusters are having the handovers: Santorini, Costa, Porta, and Malta. And Nice would be starting handover soon. So primarily there are four clusters. So in that four clusters, you usually get a good unit, good price unit that is mortgage eligible in Malta. So when we are talking about Malta cluster, the built-up area is 2400 square foot, 2300 square foot, and the plot area is 1550 square foot. It's actually 2280, roughly it's 2300 built-up area with a 1550 plot area with the price ticket of around 2.5 million. So we are now talking about a four-bedroom townhouse that falls at a price per square foot of 160, 170 per square foot. So now, like, see, let's discuss like a community that is competing by the same developer, that is Damac.
Yes.
So now just consider the property prices in Damac Hills. Now in Damac Hills today, if you want to buy a similar four-bedroom townhouse that is having 1600 square feet plot area, 1900 built up, the smallest one, you are going to get it for 3.2, 3.3 million.
Yes, true.
This is how the market is acting. So 2.5 million in Lagoons with bigger plot, bigger built up versus 3.2 million in Damac Hills, smaller plot, smaller built up, right? So the property prices across the road within the same developer is 20-25% more.
Yes, yes, you're right. Because I remember I sold one townhouse in the Mac Hills one. It was a four-bedroom, similar layout as Lagoons, a bit smaller in size. And at that time, like I'm talking about before the war, I sold it for 3.4 million. The same unit you can get in the Mac Hill and the Mac Lagoons around about as 2.5, 2.4 million. So yes, you are right on that.
Yeah. So like see, now if you do the comparison, if you do the competitive market analysis, we call it, if you are going to compare it with Talal Al Gaf, you will
Yes.
find that the pricing in Talal Al Gaf is approximately 2000 per square foot price. And why, like, see, most of the people I met with who have been to Talal Al Gaf or they are residing in Talal Al Gaf or though they know about Talal Al Gaf, so they always ask why the prices in Talal Al Gaf are so high. Yes, that is the group, Majid Al Futtaim. It is also having its brand reputation. But for my client's information, Talal Al Gaf was one of the first lagoon communities over here in Dubai. And if you see the size of lagoon that Tilal Al Gaf is offering you, and if you will see the size of lagoon that the Mac Lagoons is offering you, you will feel the difference. The lagoon size in Tilal Al Gaf is smaller than the lagoon size in the Mac Lagoons.
Yes.
So it is in the Mac Lagoons, it's 80-meter wide and the length. Like, see, the basic key selling proposition of this community is the community name, right?
Yes.
Damac Hills. Hills mean greenery again, and you have a golf club. Over here in Damac Lagoons, it's all about the water and aqua factor. So the price per square foot coming back in Tral Gaf is 2000. In Lagoons, you have 1100, and it is right next to it. And at the same time, on your left side, if you are on Sheikh Zayed bin Hamdan Al Nahyan Street, you have MR Oasis. MR Oasis again is a price ticket of around 1800 per square foot price.
Yes.
Then you have Jumeirah Golf Estates. That's a price ticket of 2000 to 2200 per square foot price. So in Lagoons, we are still talking about 1050. We are talking about approximately 14 to 1500 in Damac Hills. We are talking about a ticket size of 2000 square feet in Talal Gaf. We are talking about 1800 per square foot price in Oasis. We are talking about 2000 to 2200 price per square foot in Jumeirah Golf Estate.
Yes.
So if you consider the prices, you will feel that in terms of price per square foot, the Mac Lagoons is still very affordable.
Yes, I think yes, this is exactly true because uh, even though Palal El Gaf is also a lagoon community, but compared to the Mac Lagoons, prices are very high. And right now, people of Dubai, they are not able to afford Talal Al Gaf that much. Who are mortgage buyers who are having less down payment? Definitely, there are a lot of mortgage buyers are going with the Mac Lagoons right now. So we know that we are getting a lot of number of leads per day just only for the Mac Lagoons. As we are working in the Mac Hills one as well, we are working in the Lal Al Kaf. But compared to these communities, yes, the Mac Lagoons is outperforming right now.
So I just want to give you some of the insights. So we get this property portal reports, their internal reports stating that what are the best performing areas, communities, sub-communities. So in top 10 sub-communities, I have always find at least 4 to 5 clusters of lagoon that are being inquired the most. This tells you the complete story of Lagoon. It's a hot project, and since the Mac has established a beautiful sales center in it, after that, when people have started viewing it, they have seen the accessibility. And one more important thing is the sizing as well. So if you talk about the luxury section, like there is a layout called VD1, that's a 7 bedroom in the Mac properties. So in the Mac Hills, it comes up without a basement.
Okay.
In Lagoon, it comes up with a basement. In the Mac Hills, the built-up area is 7,000 to 7,500. In Lagoons, the built-up area is 11,500. But the pricing is almost the same. But in Lagoons, you get an additional basement.
Yes, you get a
Yeah,
bigger built-up area basically.
you get a bigger built-up area, and bigger in terms of it is 40% more than what is being offered in the Mac Hills.
Okay.
So most of the customers that I am seeing is they are migrating from the Mac Hills or Mudon to the Mac Lagoons.
Yes, you're exactly right. So now we have talked a lot about the numbers and at what prices the other communities are giving, what price the Mac Lagoon is giving. Now let's discuss the Mac Lagoons as a community. What is it offering in terms of amenities, in terms of the types of townhouses, the villas?
So, like, see, the majority of the supply you have in this community is for townhouses, and majority in that townhouses in particular, the most of the supply is for a 4 bedroom townhouse. You have 3 bedroom townhouses, you have 5 bedroom townhouses. 5 bedroom are either end corner or middle corner units. All the 4 bedrooms are in the middle, and all the 3 bedrooms are also in the middle. So in 3 bedroom, the plot area is same, the 4 bedroom plot area is same, it is 1550. But in terms of built up, a 3 bedroom is 200 square feet smaller than a 4 bedroom. So 5 bedroom is a spectacular layout that the Mac has offered. I love the layout because it compromises of 6 washrooms, 6 bathrooms. That's a very large number for a 5 bedroom, and all the 5 bedrooms come en suite. And on top of it, you have a closed kitchen. You have an L-shaped garden, and that's a 5 bedroom plus made G+2 layout. The built-up area is close to 3,300 square feet. The plot area is close to 2,400 square feet, and the prices are very lucrative. Today in the Mac Lagoons, you find a 5 bedroom in 30, what price? 3.3 million?
Yes, easily.
3.4 million?
3.3 million exactly.
And the built-up area is 3,300. So 5 bedroom in terms of per square foot prices is close to 1,000 per square foot price. And each additional, like if you talk about the rest of the developer, they don't usually have ensuite bedrooms. The reason is each bathroom is an additional cost. And if they are having 6 additional bathrooms, their cost would have the initial cost would have gone up, right? So I love the 5 bedroom. So this was how 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, and a 5 bedroom townhouses. Then you have some standalone villas, and you have some LV3B, LV3C, LV3, then you have LV4s, then you have VD1, you have V55, you have V75 villa, and you have a V1000 mansions. So that's called the luxury section of the Mac, in which they are having some villas and mansions as well. So Venus is the only particular cluster that is having exclusivity in terms of having villas and mansion. For the rest of the clusters, there are villas, and they are or like are the water facing or the park facing usually. So prices still there are very lucrative. So if you talk about the typologies, we have townhouses, 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms. Then you have villas, 6 and 7 bedrooms. And apart from that, it's a mixed use community. So you have some apartments also over there. And currently the Mac is offering 4% DLD discount and up till 3% additional discount on the apartments if you are buying in the Mac Lagoons.
Okay, so if you talk about the villas, so which I would ask you which is your favorite layout in the Mac Lagoons? the
So,
one
like,
that you love the
see,
most?
to be very honest, there are three layouts that I love the most, and that three layouts, the Mac is continuing the legacy. So, the hottest layout is a V3, for which I have done the most of the transactions, and that's a really hot item. It's having a plot area of 5,000 square feet and a built up area of 4,400 square feet. That layout exists in the Hills 2. That layouts exist in the Hills 1, in lagoons, in islands. So the Mac continued that V3 layout. So it's basically a six bedroom, among which four are en suite, closed kitchen, maid's room, spacious living and dining area, U-shaped garden. Sitting on a plot area of 5,000 square feet is a good size for a villa.
Yeah.
And the build up is 4,400, so it's a G+1 structure. So that's a V3, and inshallah, I'm planning to buy a V3 for myself as well.
Very nice.
And after that V3, we have a layout called as V55. V55 is a six bedroom villa. It has all six bedroom en suite, and it has a private lift installed. It has a pool. It has a gym, cinema, jacuzzi, spa, sauna. There are so many amenities: driver's room, maid's room, sports bar, show kitchen, private pool. So there are never-ending amenities. So that's called as a V55. And there is a layout called as V75. V75 layout is basically in terms of the plot area and built up, it is more than it is an extended version of V55. Basically, these three layouts are the most running layouts: V3, V55, and V75. So these are the most preferred layouts when we talk about the villa section and the Mac.
So you talked about one more layout, which was V1000. So basically, what is that?
So that's a mansion. That is the only mansion that the Mac Properties is offering you, and like whatever you have in your mind,
You name it and it's there.
yes, it's over there. So that's basically a mansion that it is not ready in any form yet, and the Mac doesn't have a show villa for that as well. But you can see the metaverse collection, and you can see the layouts, and you can have the look and feel. And as I have seen it under construction, I have been into it. It's really a mansion.
Very nice. So you said you will buy V3. So where would you buy the V3? In which community?
So definitely, I'm going to buy a V3 in the Damac Lagoon, Venice. The reason is when I am investing, I need exclusivity. Exclusivity in terms of obviously the neighborhood that is residing with me. And if you talk about like it's an island type of a feel for Venus and between, if you talk about the amenities, so it's going to be Venus. The rest of the clusters, I don't think so. They have the exclusivity. They are usually surrounded by townhouses. The layouts are still good, but I feel like obviously there is 1,000 units and it's 100 villas and 900 townhouses in the cluster. Over here in Venus, you have 422 villas and mansions only. So your exclusivity is there, your reach inside the community and outside the community is good. You are very next to the community center that is going to be the central amenity for all uh, indoor and outdoor activities, uh, dining, restaurant, groceries, retails. So, like it would be close to that on a walking distance too. So, Venus wood is going to be my preference always.
Very cool. So now, if you talk about the numbers again, so before the war, the prices in the Damac Lagoons were a kind of like they were normal prices. They were going every month, 100,000 was increasing in the Damac Lagoons. So now after the war, the prices have went down. So what do you forecast in the future? What will happen in the next 1 or 2 years in the Damac Lagoon?
So the Mag Lagoons has already proven itself, even if we talk about this, the circumstances under which we are. So let's talk about a Costa Brava where you are number one, where you are doing the most of the transactions. So the OP over there was what, 1.7, 1.8 million.
Yes.
On a 50-50 payment plan, you invested 800,000, 900,000. And currently, if you want to buy a back-to-back unit in Costa Brava, you will struggle to close a deal at 2.7 million, right? So
Yeah.
it's 1 million in premium versus an investment of 8 to 900,000. So people have made 120% out, right? In terms of what they invested. They invested 50% and they had, against that 50%, they made more than that in the capital appreciation. And back then, before this war and the thing, Costa Brava, there are transactions for 3.1 million as well. So just imagine if someone has paid 850,000 and he had made 1.4 million in capital appreciation. So what I think is the real time value for lagoons is still very high. And you would be lucky enough if you are still getting, because like see, each cluster is having what, 600, 700, 800 units. But there is hardly one, two sellers in the market that they really want to exit at a time. It is not like that you are calling every fourth person, fifth person, or even 10th person is selling. So it's usually now occupied by the end users, and when end users are there in the community, investors are out, they make it a community, right?
Yes.
They hold it. They are there to spend time 2, 5, 10 years, right, in a community. So their holding power of an end user is different, right?
Yes.
So what I think is with the passage of time, it is becoming more difficult to get a unit in lagoons, and it's very hard to find a seller these days as well. And the problem right now is if a seller is saying 2.5, you will give him a check offer of 2.5. He will say the other agent has also given me the same offer. No, I need 2.55. It will take 1 day, 2 days to negotiate or find a new buyer. When you would be at 2.55, he will say 2.6 million. So the intensity to lock a deal or to catch a deal in lagoons is like if a new buyer is showing up, he needs two weeks at least just to get the research work done and know that okay, if a good deal is there, I immediately need to give a 10% check. I immediately need to sign a contract B. So it has happened a lot of time. We don't push our customers, but we know it's when property portal is telling that it is in top five sub communities, that means that there are multiple buyers. So once multiple buyers are there and you have limited sellers, so your probability of closing a deal becomes much less.
Mm.
So it has happened many times.
So this is something very important that I want to discuss with you in the Damac Lagoons now in terms of when we talk about the brokers. So right now there are a lot of mortgage buyers in the market, right? Very few, very less cash buyers. And mortgage buyers, right? What I'm also experiencing is that sellers they are increasing the price now, right? And the mortgage buyers they don't have that acceptance still in when it comes to price. They are still stuck at 2.5, 2.4 million for a four bedroom, whereas the sellers have increased the price. A lot of agents in the market, a lot of brokers, they're having difficulty in closing the deal because the buyers are not able to increase their price. So what do you think? What do you suggest in this case? What should the broker do?
So like see, if I am a seller myself, I will prefer to have at least someone who is pre-approved by the bank,
Yes.
right? If he is having a pre-approval, that means that the bank has given him the liberty, and in 99% of the cases that deal is closed.
Mm.
So, and at the same time, like, see, it's all about client qualification. If someone is calling me, okay, I'm a mortgage buyer, I want to buy in the Mac Lagoons, my first question to him is, do you have a pre-approval? Oh no, I'm talking to the consultant, this and that. Okay, fetch me your Ittihad Bureau report. Like, okay, we are not the mortgage consultants, although we are aligned with Husky and we are working with top-notch, you can say, mortgage consultants in the market, and they are really very helping our clients to perform the transactions. Until date, not even a single of the transaction has been not went through. The only problem right now is that you need to make the client aware that he needs to have his things aligned. And we have done MOUs of 30 days for mortgage as well.
Yeah.
If the client is pre-approved, everything is sorted out. So it is 30 days, you can get this done within 20 days. And in most of the cases, like we try to stretch 45 days, 50 days, even 60 days as well to keep everyone safe. So, like, see, if the seller is having this in mind, if he is going to get a cash buyer in the clusters where the BCC is there, he is going to end up selling at a very low price. At the same time, if he is looking for a mortgage buyer, then the agent must qualify. It's not only about doing an MOU, it is about completing a deal as well. Seller's time is important, buyer's time is important, and my time being a broker is very important. So if it's coming only to do MOUs, I can do plenty of MOUs daily. But what if the deals are not going through? So you need to qualify the clients, and anyone who's looking to buy on mortgage should do he or she should look for the property as a secondary thing. He should get in consultation with one of a good broker, mortgage consultant, and get the pre-approval done. Pre-approval doesn't cost you a single penny. And if you are pre-approved by one bank, probably you are approved by other 25 banks as well,
Yeah, true.
right? So you know that okay, this is the max financing I am going to get, and it is valid for 1 month, 2 month, and it is like you can extend the pre-approval as well. But at least you have the peace of mind. So this is what I will suggest to the sellers. If they are selling, get a pre-approved mortgage buyer, or at least that, like, what in some cases I just go through their credit bureau report. I ask them some personal questions related to if they are self-employed, their salary, what they are making, and what banking services they are having. Are they are having a car loan or personal loan or anything, any banking product? And then I am calculating the debt to burden ratios, and now there are mortgage calculators as well. Things have improved, and there are, like, this market is sustaining or growing due to the mortgage transactions. So if you're not selling, not a problem, but might be possible the next guy next unit to you is selling on mortgage. So this is how things goes on.
So I've also was going through the numbers and I've seen that a lot of new transactions are happening in Lagoon right now. And I saw this news as well that in the last like 1 month, 55,000 new buyers were registered in Dubai land apartment. That means a lot of new buyers are in the market. People are saying that people are leaving Dubai, but what I'm seeing right now, a lot of people are moving to Dubai again. They're back on track. They're doing everything, and a lot of new buyers are in the market. They're
So to be very honest, I had that in my mind from past 4, 5, 6 months that Dubai has been so expensive, or like having a good lifestyle over here, staying at a good place, having good outdoor uh, activities, or going to the restaurants, or like things you really want to do cost you a lot, right? This I had in mind. And the property section was like it was becoming unrealistic for a person like me who is doing real estate. So there were so many projects, new launches that are rejected due to the pricing. And I had my reasons for that. And I had in my mind, like, what I do is I see things in a way that I'm buying for my own self. Once I'm confident on that okay, I can buy this thing for myself, then it becomes easy to sell it to someone because you have done your R&D. Suman, what I was telling was that, like, pre-war, I was not having confident on the things because I was like that they have gone so high and they have been out of reach. You know, the four bedrooms in Santorini, single row was 3.5.
yes,
Single row in Costa Brava, 3.2. Today, you get a five bedroom in 3.2, 3.3 million. That is having 800 square feet more plot area and 1,000 more built up in the similar price of that bracket. So, like, I was so happy that the customers who were looking for a four bedroom ended up buying a five bedroom now, right? So, like, see, the resident that are residing over here in Dubai, the lifestyle they get, the security they get, the ease of mind that they get, the facilities that they get, that are so spectacular that once they are gone into their home countries doesn't feel like a home country. So it's more like keeping yourself busiest at the peak. And if you are at the right platform and you have the right skills, then this country rewards you a lot, right?
Yeah.
So it has never ever came to a mind when it comes to the safety, it comes to the security. This place feels home. I have a flag within my car. I'm keeping it. When I'm seeing UAE flags, I'm taking photos as well. So like I'm loving this country. And on top of it, like see what happens for the best. This is the belief we guys have. And what I feel like is now just see that how many people have been blessed that they were thinking to buy things, but they were not in their affordability.
Yeah.
And now they are in their affordability. Just imagine yourself 2 months back, you're looking to buy a single row unit for 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.2 million, and today you are buying a 5 bedroom in 3.3
And the
million.
same price, yeah.
And that, so it added value, right? And most of the people that I feel are struggling selling in this market, I swear my transactions have increased.
Yeah, same. I would say the same because people who I was in touch with, like before the war, they were ready to buy 3 million, 3.1 million. But when the prices went down, so we were able to make a lot of good number of transactions.
Yeah. So if you talk about the resident section, obviously there were non-resident. They have gone back and they are also coming back. But when you talk about the people that are resident, they didn't left Dubai alone. They standed with UAE in this difficult times, and Alhamdulillah, we guys are being rewarded more than what we expected. So there is not even a single day for past 2 weeks like I that I have gone home without a check, right? So even if it's 12 in the night or even it's 9 a.m. in the morning, so we guys are having continuously meetings, leads are good, people are discussing, cases are progressing. But in lagoons, the only problem is that it takes time for a buyer to realize where the actual market stands. Because if you go and see the listings, you will still find a 4 bedroom listing starting from 2 million.
Yeah.
But realistically, I know you are not going to get a 4 bedroom on cash less than 2.3 million as of today.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the factual reality.
Yeah.
So you will stay confused. And what happens is one buyer goes to 10 brokers, 10 different listings, 10 different companies. That 10 different companies are having 10, 20, 50, 100, 500 brokers. So now what they do, they pick up the phone and they start calling on the sell leads. And the same person is reached out 5 to 7 times a day.
Yes.
And he's having in his mind that the market is growing very well. So it is not like that we have thousands of buyers. The buyers are also limited, and there are very less that are ready to close, that have already spent their time researching, and now they are in the final phase of locking or blocking a deal under their name. To work with an expert is very important. Otherwise, what will happen? You won't be able to close, or you would be end up buying at a higher price, right?
Yes. So, Sarma, so we have discussed, I think, pretty well about the Mac properties and especially about the Mac Lagoons community, right? So, is there anything else you would like to add to our conversation now?
So, like, see, I will just give you guys a quick uh, revision. So, like, see, the Mac Lagoons is directly located on Sheikh Zayed bin Hamdan Al Nahyan Street, and it is on your Hesa Street. You have Emirates Road going back right at the back at you, and then you have your Alfe extension coming up. That is an extension of Al Khail, right? So you have the direct connectivity of Al Khail, Al Fay. Then you have Sheikh Zayed bin Hamdan Al Nahyan Street, Hesa Street, and Emirates Road. So you are connected to four major highways. So your accessibility is very easy, right? Second thing is this land parcel is a very important land parcel, right? Where you have oasis, you have Talal Al Gaf, you have Jumeirah Golf Estates, you have Damac Hills. Damac Hills, by the way, there are many clusters that are luxury, Trump Estates, Bel Air, Vanito, Kawali Estates, Fields. So once this development, this entire land parcels would be ready, including 3,600 villas and mansions in Oasis, Jumeirah Golf Estates, Tilal Al Gab, Damac Lagoons, Morocco, Venus, the bigger units and the rest of the clusters, Damac Hills. So you will see a lot of millionaires and billionaires are residing over here, right? And they are going to be over here in the future. So it's very important piece of a land. And most important thing is entire Dubai rotates around per square foot price. You are getting a 4 bed in what 1,050. You are getting a 5 bedroom in what in 1,000 per square foot price in the Damac Lagoons. Where in the Damac Hills you get 15, 1,600, Taral Gaf 2,000, Oasis 1,800, Jumeirah Golf Estate 2,200. So over here you have still the what you say the question to like appreciate 100% more.
Good room for premium, basically.
Yeah, good room for capital appreciation and premium. And if you are someone who's looking for passive incomes, so this place is in the mainland, so renting it won't be a challenge. It would be rented very easily. And as you know, if you talk about the vertical supply versus the horizontal supply, you have limited horizontal supply. That is merely 8 to 10% of the total supply that you get in townhouses and villas. So supply is controlled. Once the supply is controlled, prices goes up. And we know previously that this 4 bedroom touched 3.5 million. You are still getting in 2.5 million today. It's 40% less than what it was 2 months ago, 30% less than what it was 2 months ago. So you still have you can say you still have the opportunity. This risk is an opportunity and threat for some people, right? I find it as an opportunity because we know the history of Dubai 2002, 2008, 2014, 2020, 2026. It's going, and this time what I believe is it's going to bounce back very soon, right? It's not going to be a journey of started from 2020, 21 and reached in 26. No, this journey might be in Q4 2026. You are witnessing the same prices as of before. That's also possible.
Yes, even now, like even in this situation, what I'm seeing is that the prices have started to go up now.
Yeah.
The sellers have started asking higher prices, and it's not like I said, there is still a bit of issue of acceptability, but still there are some buyers in the market who are buying at a higher price as
Yeah,
well.
you are right on that.
Yes.
You are right on that.
So I think this was a really productive episode. We've discussed really good about Damac properties, and I would thank you so much for being with us in this episode. So thank you guys for watching this episode, and you should definitely subscribe our channel for more productive episodes like this one. And so we will be having more guests in our new episodes, and you should definitely look forward to it.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.